Hello all, welcome to the program Know Your Government by Ekam IAS, an initiative where a government scheme is picked upon, elaborated and is followed by a question which is in line with the UPSC pattern. Today we will look into a scheme, and this is a scheme put forward by a state government, and the scheme which we are going to look is something which is known as Rythu Bandhu scheme, Rythu Bandhu scheme or Rythu Bandhu scheme. Now, this is a program which is initiated by the government of Telangana. Government of Telangana has initiated this Rythu Bandhu scheme. Now, what is the key purpose of this scheme? This scheme is India's first farmer investment support scheme. So, this is a scheme which is mainly planned to help the farmers in their investment support mechanism, or to act as an investment support mechanism for the farmers is the key objective of this scheme. Now, investment is the surest way to enhance agricultural productivity and also income to the farmers. So, as long as the farmers are not being able to properly invest up into their agricultural activity, they will not be able to fetch the returns. And to assist the farmers in that segment is what the government of Telangana is trying to address through this scheme. Now, this scheme has been implemented from the year 2018-19, Kharif season onwards, or 2018-19 Kharif season is when they have started with the implementation of the scheme to take care of the initial investment needs of every farmers. To take care of the initial investment needs of the farmers is what the key purpose for which the government has come up with this scheme. Now, investment support scheme for all farmers, wherein which rupees 8,000 per acre would be allotted for a farmer in an year. So, understand this part clear, that the total amount allotted would be rupees 8,000 per acre, but there is a catch into it, in which investment support for agriculture and horticultural crops. So, for both agricultural as well as for the horticultural crops, the investment support will be given by the government, and they will be given as a grant by the government as rupees 4,000 per acre per farmer each season. So, basically the two seasons of Kharif and Rabi, in which 4,000 would be given for each season is one of the key point which we need to note. And the money which is been given to the farmers, for what all purpose they could use? They could use this money to purchase of the inputs like the seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, labor and other investments in the field of operations of farmers' choice for the crop of their season. So, whatever be the area wherein which the farmers need to purchase something so that they can commence up with the agricultural activity, including the labor part, is what this scheme is been trying to help the farmers with. Then, a budget of close to rupees 12,000 crores is provided for the financial year of 2018-19 by the government of Telangana. So, that much investment is what the government has put behind this Rythu Bandhu scheme. Then, what are all the key features of this scheme? First one is to development of agriculture and farmers. As long as the farmers are now supported with initial investments and initial mechanisms so that their basic purchasing needs to invest up into their agricultural activities are met, the money part will not be a key issue for them. So that they could start with the development of their agricultural part. So, in a way, this scheme is benefiting or helping both agricultural as an entity altogether and the farmer as well. Then, all types of farmers are included in this one is the second feature. All types of farmers means small and marginal agricultural workers, irrespective of caste, irrespective of the caste which a person has been coming up into. If that person is somebody who is coming in the category of small and marginal agricultural workers, they would be getting the benefit of this Rythu Bandhu scheme. Then, even patadas registered under forest rights record would be eligible. So note this point very precisely that even the Pattadas, who are registered under the forest rights, they too are people who are going to get the benefit of Rythu Bandhu scheme. Then investment support of rupees 8,000 per acre every year, in which rupees 4,000 each for monsoon and rabi season as crop investment support is what? The amount per se which a farmer is going to get. Then about 58 lakh farmers who till over 1.42 crore acres of land in the state are expected to benefit from this initiative. So understand about the massive reach this program is going to have. Close to 58 lakh farmers are going to get benefit under the Rythu Bandhu scheme. Then, no upper limit of land holding. Irrespective of the holdings of land which a person possesses, he is going to get the benefit of this scheme, and there is no upper limit of land holding under this scheme. Other key initiative in this scheme is something which is known as Patedar Dharani Passbooks. Patedar Dharani Passbook. Now, under this one, every agriculture worker will receive this passbook, and this will assist in identifying the ownership of the land. So the ownership of the land was one of the key issue which the farmers used to face, so that they tend to get less benefit from the governments before. So proper demarcation and proper ownership rights to farmers to be granted is also something which has been happening under this scheme, and that is happening through the Patedar Dharani Passbooks. And this Patedar Dharani Passbooks would be acting as a single point of document from now on for any farm related, ownership related aspect. Then payment via bank account. The payment of this money would be enabled or would be happening through the bank account, so that any form of middleman could be eliminated. The government would give checks to the farmers, wherein which the farmers, they can go to a bank and encash it into their respective bank accounts under this scheme. So in a way, this scheme is also playing a miniature role in terms of enabling the financial inclusion part as well, though that is not the key objective of this scheme. So understand that financial inclusion is not the key objective of the scheme, but it is to provide infrastructure, investment support, or the initial investment support to the farmers. Then, once the farmers take part in this scheme, they will be provided with a guideline booklet. So, the farmers getting guideline booklet is again one of the benefit, wherein that will have details about all the crop related aspects like the minimum support price, the FCC, where are all it present, etc. All those relevant details the farmer could easily get. Then, the scheme will also work towards the formation of an agricultural platform. It will make it easier for the state authority to disseminate scheme related information. So rather than in the previous mode wherein which the government was finding it challenge to pass on the information to the farmers, under this initiative they will have a common collectiveness of people wherein the information could be disseminated to the lower segments of people in a very clean and precise manner as well. Now, who are all the eligible people who are going to get benefit under the Rythu Bandhu scheme? First one is the residents of Telangana. So, the person should be of a resident of Telangana if he or she need to get the benefit of this Rythu Bandhu scheme. Second one is not for rental farmers, which means that the scheme has been designed and developed for people, those farmers who own the farm plot. Now, in case the farmer is working on a rental contract, then he will not be allowed to get the scheme benefits. So, under Rythu Bandhu scheme, the benefits are given only to those farmers who are basically owning the land and cultivating on it accordingly. So, understand this point very precisely and clearly. Then, not for wealthy agricultural laborers, because the scheme will offer financial assistance to small and marginal workers. The small and marginal workers, as we have already seen in the key features of this scheme, are the major community to which the scheme is being targeted upon, and this is not for the rich segment of people. So, at a lower level or at a grassroots level in the agricultural community, to help people to take up with the agricultural profession and in terms of its sustainability is what this Rythu Bandhu scheme is going to help to a larger extent. Now, having seen the details of this Rythu Bandhu scheme, let us see a quick question based on this. With reference to Rythu Bandhu scheme, which of the following statements given below is or are correct? Question is, this is an initiative by government of Karnataka. As we have already seen, this is an initiative by the government of Telangana. So, which is making the first statement wrong. First statement wrong means we can eliminate option A and option C. So, we are left with either option B or option D. Second statement, this is a scheme to ensure the kharif crops against seasonal variations. Now, as we have seen, this is not a key insurance scheme or the insuring the crops is not one of its key objective. But instead, this is a scheme which is helping in the agricultural investment support to the farmers, which is again making the second statement as well as wrong. So, statement 1 is wrong and statement 2 is wrong, which is giving us a final answer as D, neither 1 nor 2. Thank you so much.